Hey guys, welcome to the Thomas Pokemaster, and today in this video we're going to be playing a game called The Monster Inside. This is a game that was recommended by my friend, and I thought why not play it because it's short, it's quick, it's easy for me to pump it out. And honestly, I kind of want to play some more like random more games. You know, I've been playing some of the big ones. FNAF, now Ni no Kuni, Night in the Woods, Henry Stickmin. You know, I've never heard of this game, so I'm down to try it. I know it's short. It's about 30 minutes. It's like a noir type audiovisual novella by Random Seed Games. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I've had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. There's another notice on the door from Mayor Vignetti's office. Permit's out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. Unlucky, bro. It was a slow month. Weeks since I'd had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see, afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quiet I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. Yeah, what can I help you with? Please, no one will listen to me. Go on. She had me up. She had me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous banker Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Ooh. You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe. But what makes you think he's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You can call me Jack. Jack, whoever did this to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they just want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove what's in before they find him. I thought they're in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they hadn't found him much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. Come on, I'll take a look. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think this was any murder kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Beast. The word struck me funny, like when you jaw your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges, but I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. Back when I was still a cop myself. I'll get to the bottom of it. And you seem like the kind of man who's good at solving mysteries. Sure, can't you see I'm busy with how busy I am with the cases? I replied a bit too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her, but I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I don't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there's something that the cops had missed. That's chapter 1? Is this a... I don't know. It seems already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things others overlook. Oh. A knack. More of a symptom of condition. Other less useful symptoms I keep in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. Brother like Tanjiro, going smelling the demons. It was faint, but I could smell before I even approached the police line. So it was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. Expect the scent of trepidation or maybe even outright fear, but Miss Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Ayo? Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Ayo. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. Okay, so I do play. Sick. So there's some scratch marks. Oh, burn marks, sorry. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't a burn mark. This was a mark of an accident. Magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. It's just this. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of carcanos, whatever that is. Luckily, Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. After looking around for a little while, I realized the park had given up all that was hiding from me, so I trudged back to my apartment, and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. Wow, we are breezing through these chapters. Next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited, wordlessly, as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside, seemingly afraid of what I might say. She finally worked up the courage to ask. So, what did you find? I'm changing her accent because I'm realizing this is all timey. Well, I've got some good news. You might still be alive. Probably shouldn't have given her false hope like that, but she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right then. She didn't need to know about the mark on the tree. How do you know that? Where is he? Found his footprint. Seems like he got out safely. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Haven't you heard? Nope, rough night followed by a rough morning. Oh, they found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Drama! Let me guess, Chief Amito is missing too. My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. It's half the reason I left the force. Now his wife was dead and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain in my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. The night after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Miss Amato's untimely demise. Wow. Down by the docks. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil and... Could it be? That smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. Ooh. I feel like a long forgotten memory. But essential fumes soon gave away to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking. The nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Is it just one thing? 2 things. We have chains. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Some same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric. Torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Miss Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. Put in my own pack of reds and lit up. Could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. I just don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. The docks is probably peaceful. I love the docks. I love like the sound of waves crashing. So I'd probably do that too if I was in an investigation. And I was stressed the fuck out. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking. Mayor missing. Wife found dead. 2 cases is a coincidence. 3's a pattern. The cops would come ask questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all of the victims. So went to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. Couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard to the other side. Jack, where are you up to? I've been trying to reach you all day. Sorry, I've just been busy. I'm off to Miss Vignetti's crime scene. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Whoa. That was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vignetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They didn't even bother to submit the trash into evidence. Speak of trash. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what you look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you're lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Woo! Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vignetti was crooked. But this is unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Vignetti and Chief Amato talking about me. How they're trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Vignetti's car. If still alive, I wouldn't have left in his car. It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might something my fears. Asajj? Caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with undaunting pleasure. It was intoxicating, a weapon used on the weak-willed, a weapon I knew all too well, though it had many years since I used it. Is it the girl? Lily? Is it Lily? Was there another like me? Was I being framed? Was it possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. Couldn't even trust myself. Or is it us? Ooh, this is getting interesting, actually. So I walked back out of the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. A Rolex! Peep that shit, cuh. Oh, it's us, isn't it? My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I can't be sure. Couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Damn. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there, waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost come back to haunt me from the past. It doesn't make any sense. Come sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her and prepared to shove her out the door. I know she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. Oh, so was it her? My chair caught my fall as my niece failed me. It was you. You are the monster. Succubus. Okay, Jack. We are one and the same. You and I. We are both monsters. It's simply more honest than with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those poos you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures as you have incubus. Male succubus, I believe. Those men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you're so capable of such horrors, which means deep down, you probably are. Cold. That's cold. Can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are gone. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh, please. Such a 4th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to the pleasures of the flesh. But I just don't need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from this awful men and planted among the fertile masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. Ha 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 ha. That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Oh, I thought that said sorry, but I'm not a guy. Sorry, I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shooting my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. Whoa. My boy? Okay. I think that's definitely it. More games from Random Seeds. Explore the vast terrains of Marston. Ooh. Okay. Those games actually sounded kind of interesting. Well, shit. I like that though. It wasn't long. Took way less time than I thought it would. But you know, it was cute. It was very cute. Good story. I like it. Not much else to, I'm sorry. There's not much else to say. I normally I look at least a little into the games. I just went in blind today. But yeah, sorry about that. Well, you know what? I'm not sorry. I like this. This is good. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below if you want to see more from me. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next Soul Grand video next week. See you guys then.